Hello, everyone. Uh, I hope you and your family are keeping safe and healthy in these difficult times. I thank you all for taking the time and efforts to join our hackathon and participating in our hackathon. We really appreciate we really appreciate your efforts. I am Samprati Vevhare along with my co-host Aditi Jindal. We are one of the organizers of Bhilai Hacks, and we welcome you all on behalf of the whole Bhilai Hacks team. Bhilai Hacks is a 24-hour, fully online, people-focused hackathon where our main aim is to leverage code collaboration, increase participation in future hackathons among the beginners, especially the first year and second year students, and to create a culture of project development and team building in our city. So just to appreciate just to appreciate and uh, give you some incentive for just joining and teaming up with our hackathon, we have for you a special reward. So to all the participants who are participating in our hackathon, regardless of the fact that you win or not, you will be getting 90% off on one of the most leading Android club, that is Mind You will be getting courses for 90% off on all of their introductory courses. So we are really happy to have you all here with us today. The main motive and aim of our fellow developers, group of developers, for starting out this hackathon was to build a community of like-minded people, and in these times where everything is happening virtually, it is really important that we have each other's support, uh, even in learning as well as life-wise. So hackathons prove the best way to collaborate, come together, learn, and network. So the main aim of Bhilai Hacks is actually to actually connect you all through virtual means and come together to build something amazing. We have been organizing pre-hackathon events for you all to get ready for this day, and we have covered a lot of topics like Android development, Flutter, machine learning, introductory session on Git and GitHub with some amazing speakers. And today also we have a very fun packed event planned for you. We will be kicking off our session. We will be kicking off our hackathon from 7 p.m. and we have a special panel discussion with people with varied experience who are very amazing, and you can learn a lot from them. So stay tuned for that. And uh, hackathons, when we hear about hackathons, the first thing that comes to our mind is swags and goodies. Though nobody's gonna lie to that fact, because hackathons are meant for that, free swags and goodies. So everyone and our winners would get the first, second, and third prizes, and the top 10 participating teams. And we have different tracks. We have prizes for different tracks as well. So if you are a beginner team is a team where you are a team consisting of people from fourth year. So you will be getting exclusive prizes from Sabo Labs, and our winners would get course 90% off on courses from Coding Blocks, free courses from Code Vectors, AI Champs, and a lot of goodies and swags. So it's not just that, we have some amazing judges and sponsors with whom you can interact as well as learn a lot. So I will hand over the screen, not stage. I will hand over the screen to my co-host Aditi Jindal, and she will be telling us about our amazing sponsors and judges. Over to you, Aditi.
Thanks, Samprati. Okay, let's start. We are glad that in our first ever hackathon, we have some amazing judges with varied experiences, which give all of our participants a perfect opportunity to learn throughout the hackathon journey. Okay, now let me introduce you all to the judges we have. Urja Pawar, she is a PhD researcher at Makerson, Ireland. Then we have Shantanu Vishwanatha, He is a co-founder at Edafel. Also, he is a blockchain and community consultant. And next we have Bhumika Gajpal. She is a full stack developer at VMware, also a ex-application developer at Oracle. And next we have Praveen Kumar. He is a full stack JavaScript specialist, also a ex-Microsoft MVP. At last, but not the least, Vinay Khobragade. He is the executive director at CodeVector Labs. And now, moving on to the most important part, that is the judging criteria. I request all the participants to keep these important points in mind. The judging of your hackathon project will be done on the basis of following factors. Like we have social impact, presentation, innovation, best practices, completion, business viability. So keep this in mind. Hope you all noted that. And we feel very proud that our hackathon is supported by such amazing sponsors. Like we have platinum sponsor, and they are the folio and coding blocks. And also we are supported by gold sponsor, and they are Polygon, Portis, Cello, Tejas, and Mindogs. Also we are supported by silver sponsors, and they are Slido, Give My Certificate, and Ecoyar. As our education partner, we have AI Champ, and as our authentication partner, we have Savo Lab, and our hackathon is powered by Defolio. Now, since everything is happening online, virtually, to get best out of it, we have created the different channels for different purposes to communicate and connect with each other. Like we have introduction channel in which you can introduce yourself and your team, and to stay up to date, to please keep your eye on announcement channel, and also visit the rule channel on our Discord to get the detail for project submission and other detail to keep yourself updated. If you are also a solo participant and you want to create a team, then you can join our team building channel where you can get other also solo participants. And most important, if you get bored or stuck, then you can join the meme channel to refresh yourself or hang out there. Now let's move to the next show. We have panel discussion, and it is very exciting topic. Now over to you, Samprati.
So I hope you got very excited after listening, after getting to know the lineup of our sponsors. Just to before starting the discussion, I would like to highlight the amazing sponsors and their exclusive uh, rewards that they are giving. So if you are from a beginner track, so as I said, you would be considered a beginner team if all the team members of your team are from first year. And Savo Labs is very generously sponsoring us with $100 cash prize. So there is one caveat to it. If you use Savo Labs API and you complete the Savo Labs Auth challenge and you win it, you are eligible to get $100 of reward. Also, you will get 1 month free inaugurate tier access for winning the Savo Labs API challenge, and you will be also featured in Savo Labs blogs and articles, and they will also fund you 100% on your Play Store or App Store apps that are paid. So there is a lot in the line, and if you are a beginner team, we are especially exaggerating on beginners uh, because we think that you guys are affected a lot with the everything happening with the situation that's happening right now. So it is really it is really a pride matter for us that we are able to give you and we are able to help you in some or the other way. So yeah, so you can start your tech journey in a very smooth manner. Also, our we have prizes for tracks. We have prizes if you have. So if your team is gonna build an app based on Polygon, like over top of Polygon or Portis, and your app would be built on Ethereum. And so our sponsors, Polygon, would be giving you cash prizes up to 15,000 rupees. So I think this is a great opportunity for you all to just come together, collaborate, and build and learn. There is nothing that can go wrong here. So just make sure that you follow all the channels in the Discord server. As Aditi said, there are a lot of channels for you if you want to chill out, if you want to get serious, if you want to talk tech stuff. We have community channel, and also do keep an eye on the announcement channel, because our team would be constantly updating you on whatever is happening there. So let us get to know each other, since we are all now connected virtually, and for doing so, we have a live poll for you, and the link to the live poll would pop up in the comment section. So just go ahead and fill the live poll so that we can also know you better, and we can go ahead in this beautiful journey. So let's have the live poll with us. You have 2 minutes to fill the live poll, or you can take more than 2 minutes. That's not a problem. So the first question is, which city are you from? And we are very excited to know this, because we have over 500 plus applications, and as I said, if you have participated in this program, we have incentivized it, and you will be getting 90% off on all introductory courses from AI Champs. So let's see, which city are you from? Come on, guys, let us hear you out. Someone is from Vadodara. That is amazing. Let's see where else our participants are from. Come on, guys, are you let's have you all here, and please ask your teammates to also join the stream, because a lot of important information are going to be floated in this keynote session. So we don't want you to miss out on any important information that would hinder your hackathon experience. Bangalore, Raipur, that's nice. Okay, let's see. Okay, Mumbai, Durg, Bhilai. We are going to wait for a few more seconds for you all to answer this question. And please do ask your friends and do ask your teammates to join this, because it is this point where you can actually get to know about each other and get to know about other teams. So we have people from Pune as well. That's amazing. Okay, let's see, Surat. That's very impressive. Rajnandgaon, Bilaspur, Jalgaon. So we are spread out in Maharashtra, Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, obviously. Yeah, it is very amazing to see Vellore, Chennai. Panaji, okay, people, nice. We have participants from Goa as well. Allahabad. Okay, that was really nice, and we are very happy that our community is getting spread so fast and so wide. if you all answered this question, then we would move on to the next question. Yeah, so it was really nice to have you, like, to get to know where you guys are all from, and can't wait to know more about you guys. So let's have the next question for the live poll. Also, guys, we have a very special panel discussion at 4 p.m. We have very special speakers, and you do not want to miss this. So please ask your friends if they are missing this out, because okay, what's your team name? Someone's team's name is Bhilai. Texters. Super nice. I think you guys should name your team if you guys haven't already. Naming your team is, like, it's very important. It's one factor. Okay, bounded exception. Nice. Savalabs. Oh, good. Jugadu Minds. Wow. We are very excited to see your Jugars in our hackathon. Best place to try out all those stuff. Whilst you are all answering this question, I would also like to highlight that the rules section, the rules channel on Discord server is very important for you all to check. And if you, by any chance, skip any rule or violate any rule, we would be very, very disheartened to let you go. So please check the rules channel out thoroughly. Do not miss any slight detail about the rules. Ultimate Nerd Squad. Oh wow, nice. Recursion. Nice. Bug Hunters 2.0. Oh, so does that mean that this is your second hackathon? And you were Bug Hunters 1.0 in the first one? We'll get to know that. So it seems like we have a lot of coders. We have a lot of savvy and witty teams. I just want to know the team's name, the team which has their name as Bhilai, because that is very nice, like very, I mean, cool. Let's see what else we have. Okay, guys, we will quickly move to the next question as well, so that you guys can interact more. And also there is a community channel where you can interact with the teams, and you know the name of a few teams now, so you can go ahead and talk to each other and network if you all want to, and I would highly encourage that. Okay, let's see. The next question is, how many team members are there in your team? Answer 1 if you are solo participant. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we have solo participations. If you are participating alone, that is completely fine. And then if you want to build your team, that is completely fine. Okay, 4, 1. Again 4. What else? Who else? 3. Nice. So I'm assuming one of you is recursion, one of you is bug bounty. Sorry, not bug bounty, coders, and okay, 2. So you guys are in pairs also. It is very nice to see. We have quite a few solo participants. That's really amazing. But don't feel that you are alone. You can always come in some or the other server, other channel in the server, and you can have fun if you're feeling bored or alone. So we have the fun channel, meme channel, community channel. You can come along and talk to us, talk to our mentors, and talk to our talk to your co-participants. Let's see. So most of our teams are of 4 and 1. Mhm. Let's see. Again 4. Okay, moving on. Also, I would like to let you know all that we have our technical mentors. So if you get stuck at any point or you want to gain some different perspective about your idea, or you want to have some chit chat about your technology that you're using, you can always contact our mentors. Our mentors are Anush Bhatia, uh, uh, Smaranjit Ghosh. I'm so sorry, Smaranjit Ghosh, Shrikaran Srinath. So you guys can always ping us, ping your mentors, and talk through your difficulties and hack hustles that you face. Let's see if we have any more live questions, and then we will move to sponsor spotlight. Okay, we have more questions. And what's your favorite part in the hackathon? Gaining experience. That is our topmost priority, to give you experience about how a hackathon goes. What else other teams think about the hackathon? And if this is your first hackathon, so what is your expectation? What do you think would be your favorite part of the hackathon? Learning, ideas. Yes. किसी का favorite part networking नहीं है क्या? Building cool stuff. That is great. That is really cool. Networking. Yeah, here it comes. Communication. Yeah, really. That's really a good point. Chatting with devs, late night work. Yes, we really wish that we would have hosted this offline and in person, but something is better than nothing. We are very glad to have you all. Oh, swags, definitely yes. That actually I was waiting for this answer. If you all are being brutally honest or not, because in the beginning only I said that hackathon is unlimited coffee. Yeah, we wish we could provide you virtual unlimited coffees. We really do. Some amazing answers. Do you guys have any other favorite parts, or should we move on to the next segment? Organizing it. Definitely. Yeah, swags. Yes. Snacks and rest time. Music jams. Yes. So we can also have music jams on our Discord server, on one of our channels. If you all are interested, we would love to see your music taste and share ours. So yes, music jams is really cool part of a hackathon. Okay, so moving on, we have Cherish Santoshi from Savo Labs, and Cherish Santoshi is from a part of Savo Labs, and he is a community manager of Savo Labs. We are very thankful that they are generously sponsoring our hackathon. Hi Cherish, I welcome you to our hackathon. How are you?
Hi, Samruddhi. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. Hope you're well too.
Yes. So, Cherish will now tell us something about Savo Labs and Savo Labs Auth Challenge. And they are also providing a lot of cool, amazing courses. So, don't miss out on the information that Cherish shares now. So, Cherish,
Thanks, Samruddhi.
you can go ahead.
Perfect. Yeah. I'm the head of community for Savo Labs, and Savo stands for Secure Authentication Without OTP. What we're trying to do here is build an ecosystem of an OTP or password-less authentication. Now, currently, there are not a lot of players in India who authenticate users without a need of an OTP or a password, right? And we've all felt the frustration that we feel, when we try and log in with passwords and OTPs. So at Savo, what we're trying to do is we have created an API that developers like you use that sits on the backend of the product and lets your users authenticate without the need of any OTP or a password. We explained that in one of our Dev Connects. We had the privilege to interact with some of you, and beautifully hosted session by Siddharth as well. In case you have any questions related to the to how the API works or any problems with integrating, we have our own Discord channel. You'll see that link somewhere in the comments here, and you can join us there. We'll be able to help you right away. We keep our Discord channel very active, and we try and reply to every answer that we can. Other than that, we also have a lot of sponsorship programs or other developer reward programs. So even if you couldn't win, in the hackathon, so first of all, I really hope that you all participated in Savo for Auth challenge, where all you have to do is build any solution of your choice. It's an open innovation theme based challenge. All you have to do is integrate the API and you win multiple prizes, right? You get $100 in cash. If you build a mobile app, we fund your entire subscription on Google Pay, App Store, or wherever. And then if you need hosting requirements, we do that as well. That's the Cyber for Auth challenge that you see on your screen. And in case you weren't able to build anything on Savo as much, we still have the Lapa reward program where you can come and contribute even you couldn't participate in the hackathon. Like Siddharth says in the comments that it just takes 6 lines to build and 6 lines of code and 10 minutes to build the entire app. More than happy to support in any way whatsoever and help you with any technical challenges in case you run into any. Thank you everybody, and thank you Bhilai Hacks for having us here, for giving us the opportunity and sharing the stage with us. We truly loved interacting with all of you guys. Thanks, Niket. We had a lot of pleasure working with you guys, and hope to see a great successful hackathon. All the best to all of you, and I wish you all the best to all the hackers. May the best hacker win.
Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you, Cherish. And as Cherish said, that Savo Labs API challenge, Savo Labs API auth challenge is very exciting, and there is a lot of use of APIs. So if you guys can integrate it in your existing project, or you can build your project over it, that would be amazing because the perks are endless. So that is one thing that our participants should keep in mind. Thank you, Cherish. Loved having you here, and uh, hope to collaborate again and see you.
Likewise, Amriti. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Next up, we have our another generous sponsor. We have Vinay Khobragade from. He's an executive director at Code Vectors AI Champ. AI Champ is the uh, company that is sponsoring us, and that is giving us free, like 90% off on to all the participants on their introductory courses, which is amazing. So basically, we wanted our hackathon to be as advantageous and as fruitful to our participants as we could. That is why we collaborated, and Vinay sir was very generous with his offerings, and we are getting so many amazing prizes. Uh, so about Code Vector Labs and about AI Champs, Vinay sir will elaborate on that. Hello, Vinay sir. It's great to have you
Hi,
here.
hi Samprati. Thanks for having me. Am I audible? Like everything is fine?
Yeah, all good.
Okay. So today I'm not going to, share a lot about my company. Rather, I'll be giving you some tips related to how you can be a good hacker or any techie. Suppose you want to learn new things, how you can do so. And of course, I'll also tell you about what we are doing at AI Champ. Anyway, so I'm just going to take your like 5-10 minutes. That's all. Uh, Let me share my screen for the presentation. Okay. Is the presentation visible? Yeah, it is. Okay, great then. I hope that you have attended my previous session on introduction to machine learning that we have had yesterday. Uh, if you haven't, mm, and if you are say in other track also, that is fine. You can have a look at that later. But this is just a general idea and a general presentation how you can get better as a techie or a coder, you can say. For example, you all are in this hackathon, and you might have learned a lot of things, right? So being in a hackathon building projects is a good thing to do. Anyway, so first, if we need to get better, then first thing is we need a plan, right? So this is our plan of action. The first thing is you need to understand what do you want to be good at. So for example, if you want to be good at developing mobile applications, then that is your niche, right? If you want to be good at machine learning and AI, then do that. So first of all, select what you want to do. Then uh, most of the people that I know actually jump to very complex problems, and they feel that the thing is way too hard for them to comprehend. So this will happen because you have not understood or you have not taken an overview of what you need to learn initially. So I will suggest you to whatever new technology you pick up. Okay, so say for example machine learning, or even for that matter say blockchain. So you just need to first understand what are the basics of it, what all things you'll need to learn to get better at it. Just you don't have to understand it deeply, just little bit of overview, just so that you know what you're going to learn, right? So that is very important, otherwise you're going to fail. Okay, then the third step is be in touch with constantly who is already in the field. Okay, so for example, I'll just give you an example. Say in your college, if someone, like for example in your branches also, so for example CSE branch is there. Okay, so some people want to learn say machine learning there, or say Android development there in that branch. So if there are already some people who are doing that, so to get started at that thing is very easier for their other classmates and friends, as compared to say someone from other branch who do not have a lot of programming background and all that. So this is very important. And whatever you're trying to be good at, just make some friends and try to look for some other people in that particular tech. Because if you do that, believe me, 90% of things will be easier for you. It won't be even you don't even have to try to learn new things, you'll automatically learn it. So just remember this, that a good group of people, particularly in tech, are going to matter the most. Okay, then next step is I just want you all to learn from multiple sources, not just like stick to one particular thing. Because from what I have seen, okay, I have seen that some courses are meant for some people only. So for example, some there are some advanced course, okay, and if you feel if someone suggests you, you know what, this particular course is great, but have you ever thought ki that course is great because the other person knows the basics of it, right? So that is why I'll some people are very rigid to a specific source. So I'll just suggest you to go for multiple sources, try and look for multiple blogs, do multiple Google searches and all that. uh, and learn from multiple sources. Okay, then last, that is not last. Okay, so then next step is don't try to remember, try to understand. So this is very common to lot of programmers out there. You know what, like, lot of people ask me, hey, you know what, I'm learning this new technology, but I do not remember any line of code, how to do it and all that. I just tell them, you don't have to remember like the lines of code. Lines of code you can always search and find out, but you first need to understand. The remembering part you'll get better at as you do more and more projects in that particular domain. Okay, so try to remember, do not try to remember and try to understand. Then yeah, so there are like last three tips that I want to give you. So suppose you want to be good at, say, machine learning again, because that's what we teach. So if you want to get good at that, you need to get some feedbacks from the people who are already good there, right? For example, suppose you ask me, because I know that I'm working on machine learning for quite some time, and if someone asks me some questions related to it, then I'll probably give them solution and maybe tell them there is a different way to do it, right? So always talk. The more you talk, the more information you get. And second last step is be consistent and try sharing your knowledge with others. Maybe write some blogs, uh, take some seminars or something of that sort in your college, and try sharing your knowledge and be consistent with what you're doing. And last but not the least, be patient, practice and trust the process. So if you follow all these things, you'll get good at it. So I'm if you ask me who am I to tell you all these things, I'm not sure who I am, but from my experience I can tell you uh, how I learned a lot of things here. So for example, if you say, do you know how to build application? Yes, I know. Do you know how to build website? Yes, I know. Do you know how to build some machine learning stuff and deep learning stuff? Yes, I know. uh, if you ask me, mm, say, uh, like any other thing, like, do you know blockchain? Yes, I know, because all these things I have learned taking consideration of this particular plan only. Okay. uh, is my slide visible? Okay, great. So I hope that these tips will be helpful for you. I've learned a lot using these. It is very important for you all to, you know, make a group, ask someone who can mentor you, who can guide you. You can ask all your doubts there. Trust the process. Yeah, and yeah. So now I will go back to what we are doing at AI Champ. So AI Champ is our mission to help like 10 million people learning AI and get into this field. So that is our mission overall. So that is why we want to teach AI to a lot of people. And if you feel that you want to learn AI or like anything of that sort, please feel free to visit us, see our website, and consider joining us. Okay, so we also have some free workshops done already. You can have a look at those. So, for example, the first step that I had told you, right? You want to know what you want to be good at. But suppose there is one particular field that is very cool, and you want to work at it, and but you don't even know how to get started with that. So for that, I personally think that workshops that are free, that you can join easily, are very good option. So we have done a couple of these free workshops. The first one is building Snapchat filters with computer vision. So that is there in our AHMP YouTube channel. Okay. And second one is what we have done yesterday. in Bhilai Hacks YouTube channel, Introduction to Machine Learning. If you haven't seen, just take a look at it, go through it. If you feel that okay, this is something that interests me, then you can move forward learning these things. But I'll just definitely suggest you all to take a sneak peek at these. And apart from it, tomorrow on 16th May, we have another workshop that is on camera based thermal detection using computer vision. So this can be used in detecting fevers and all easily just by using a camera. Okay, so you can have a look at that. Uh, this is our link, ahm.in/workshop, to register. Yeah, that's all from my side. If you have any questions, you can always ask, and I hope that you have a great hackathon. And in case if you need any kind of help, feel free to tag me on Discord also, or ask me any questions on LinkedIn, Twitter. You can also visit our website. Yeah, thank you. That's all.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. That was a really amazing pep talk. I think it was very eye-opening and really important for our participants. So, great advice, great tips. And also, guys, don't forget to check out AI Champs YouTube channel and do follow Vinay sir on LinkedIn and Twitter. And if you need any sort of guidance, he will be helping us out. Um, Also, do not forget to check the live stream, the session that we did yesterday with Vanessa. It was an introductory session on machine learning, where we also visited, he walked us through a Kaggle project and how to start on Kaggle competitions. So that was very amazing. Do not hesitate and do not back off in checking out the amazing resources that amazing content creators like him have for us. Um, Thank you so much, Vanessa. Loved having you here.
Yeah,
Take care.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so our next segment is the panel discussion, and our panel discussion is on a very interesting topic, and which is very related to our hackathon. Uh, our topic is the role of hackathons in a software developer's life. So it is a very crucial part in the whole college journey. But since everything is happening virtually, we have to make the most out of it. And so for fulfilling that, we have three very special speakers with us. I will just give you a small intro about each one of you, so that until they come, you can already know what they are and where they are coming from and what they have to offer us. So first of all, we have Sashika Kaur. She is an incoming software developer at Microsoft. She is a hackathon product specialist at Major League Hacking (MLH). She's a GHCI 2020 scholar student. She is also Google Women in Tech Makers Scholar 2019 and Goldman Sachs Scholar at 2019. So she has a lot of experience about hackathon and overall tech field in general. So there will be a Q&A session in the end, and if you have any questions regarding the hackathon, or if you have any questions that you want to ask her personally, you can go ahead. And the next speaker we have is Praveen Kumar Purushottam sir. So he is based in London, England, and he is originally from Chennai. He is a full stack developer who focuses and specializes on JavaScript technologies, especially React.js and Node.js. So Praveen sir's YouTube channel has a lot of great content. If you want to learn and if you want to really have some cool vibes, you can just check his channel after our panel discussion, and also ask him any question that you have regarding hackathons or regarding full stack or engineering in general. Next up, we have Siddharth Dayalwal. He is an open source contributor, a big name in open source, and he is very active in hackathons. He also has his YouTube channel of his own, and he is from the Savo Labs community. So he also participates and mentors a lot of hackathons. So don't forget to follow him on LinkedIn, and don't forget to check out his YouTube channel. And our panel will begin sharp at 4 o'clock. So if you have any questions, to our speakers, please keep it noted aside, and we can have it in the Q&A section. And it will be a really amazing session, right, Aditi?
Yes.
Are you excited too?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
All right. So our speakers will join us in a few minutes. Until then, I would encourage you all to check out the channels in the Discord server. Bhilai has Discord server. Get familiar with it. I hope a lot of you have already joined the server and interacted and introduced yourselves over there. But just in case you want to explore the community channel, or the meme channel, the fun channel, please go ahead and do that. And we will be back at 4 p.m. sharp.
Okay, our next question is, what's your favorite tech stack? And you all have done. Okay, that's really great. And I have read that many are from Smart Stack and Android. That's really cool. and some are of mean, lamp, jam, flutter. Oh wow, they are MERN stack. There are many students from MERN. Okay, Django, lamp, HTML. Wow. Okay, here it is React.js. Okay, Android and Flutter also. Okay, REST. From this data, we can conclude that many are from MERN stack. Nice. Hmm. Vanilla also. Flask. Okay, okay. Any other? PHP. Okay. I think there are no more students.
Yeah, it was really great to see that a lot of people are interested in MERN stack. And
Yes.
with just 4 minutes in, we are ready with our panel. And hi Sashrika, hi Praveen, hi Siddharth.
Hi,
Hi, Sampriti.
everyone.
Hi, Siddharth.
Hey
Hi,
everyone.
Hi, everyone. Hi,
how are
Aditi.
you guys doing?
Hi. Hello, Praveen.
Good. I just finished my live stream just now, and then I'm just joining it here.
Wow.
Is my
Okay,
audio and video okay?
Yeah, that looks fine. Please.
Excellent.
Okay, so a little about our speakers. Sashrika is an incoming SD at Microsoft, and she's also a specialist at MLH. We have Siddharth from Savo Labs, who is a very active open source contributor, and we have Praveen sir, who is a full stack developer and who is who very like a very vocal about React JS and right? Am I right? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
It's perfect.
Yes.
Amazing. So again, I just want to highlight the very amazing topic of our discussion, that is the importance of hackathons in a software developer's life. So with everything happening online, we already have a little bit of pity, and we feel sad about the students who are just starting out their college and they're gonna have virtual hackathons from now on. So, do you guys have any tips, or do you guys have any like advice for them to get the best and most out of virtual hackathons?
Sure.
Let's start with
I
you,
think,
Sashika. Yeah.
yeah, I think I'll go first, and then Praveen and Siddharth can give their amazing tips on. So, the first tip that I will give you is if you are a beginner, like if you're a beginner, let's say you don't know anything about programming, you're just starting out, hackathons are a brilliant and a great way for you to just come in and learn. It's that easy. So for 48 hours you sit up straight, and oh no, you don't have to like stay away for 48 hours, but for the straight that amount of time you're dedicating your time to learning a programming language or making a project or working on something that you really wanted to or you're really excited about. And even if you don't know, like you don't have an idea where to start, this is a great place for you to just come in and ask for like advice or experience or just help, like, hey, I'm new here, I don't know what's going on, can you please help me out? And I'm telling you right now, 10, like around 10 people would just jump straight right in to help you and to help you get started, give you a little bit of resources. Like I know there are tons of resources out there, so it's difficult to like pinpoint to this one. Like if this is a great resource that I should follow. But in this hackathon community, I think that the one great thing is that in a hackathon you sit up for 48 hours straight, and then you just go ahead, learn something new. And when you like come out of it, even if like you don't win, I mean that's not the entire motive at all. The motive is that you learn something new, and the next time you participate, you can go and build upon those skills. Like that is what is great about being a beginner at a hackathon. And I started my journey with hackathons, and it's been incredible so far.
Yeah,
And
that is really
Siddharth would
amazing.
love to add on that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you that it is that opportunity where you can just bring your ideas or bring any project of yours and just try out anything that you want to. What do you say, Praveen?
Completely true, accepted. And I have a couple of points to say here as well. So, for example, I was completely new to a lot of things. I believe that is the same with a lot of students right now. First thing is, we don't know what all new technologies are there currently, right? So, in that sense, if we try to get into a hackathon or something like that, you'll be able to easily find out what others are working on, and there is a good chance that you will learn something. Okay, you have been doing a particular task in one such way. Maybe you wanted to do it but you were not interested or something. The same thing can be done in a different way, in an easier way, by another method that you might learn in a hackathon. That's one thing. Other than that, obviously meeting awesome people like Shashrika, Siddharth, I mean, like these people are such cool people, and I have never talked to Shashrika yet, but even now I know what she has been doing so far. She's an excellent, one of the awesome personalities I know. And Siddharth, should I even give you an intro about anything? No, everyone knows who you are, and yeah, and what you are doing with MLH and other things. So MLH is one of the huge major league hacking, one of the companies. They kind of like nurture hackathons similar to Angel Hack. We have something called Pinnacle, I guess, that is only based out of US. So there are like loads and loads of hackathon communities here, like, or hackathon companies here. So the good part about that is, you get to meet a lot of people, and also you will be able to learn totally new things, get to work on new things. All right, leave these things. Let me give you a good, another better way. How many of you are here looking for freebies, free swags, free premium accounts, or free domains, free t-shirts? See, even this I got in a hackathon. It's by Pusher. So yeah, I guess literally everyone. Siddharth, what are you wearing? Shashtika, what are you wearing? Definitely, it's like, see, he got it from GitHub and other things, and we all
MLH.
love MLH. There you go. We all love to get the branded stuff, right? We don't need brands like Reebok or anything, but we want brands like GitHub or Pusher or maybe Microsoft, something like that. So that is one of the motivation. And final motivation till last year for me was free food and drink. That's the only reason. I'll be like brutally honest. That's the only reason I went for hackathons. But the side effects of this are, I became a lot more aware of what all things that are happening around the development community, and a lot things I learned. Got a lot of friends, met a lot of people. I met Eddie in a hackathon. As simple as that.
Okay, Praveen, I have one question for you. What is your favorite part in the hackathon?
I already said that 100% the favorite part is food, food and freebies. But more than that, I really love challenges. For example, if someone is going to challenge me on, see, look at this. I made something really awesome using, let's say, the my hated language is Java. So someone made something really awesome with Java. I'm going to make the same thing in React. That kind of challenge I love. And that is exactly what, like people like to do as well, right? So these are a couple of things, kind of like motivate me in working things. So something like that.
That's really cool, Praveen.
Siddharth, what excites you most about hackathons, and what's your like upfront motive and that I want to get into this hackathon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot for that. First of all, I'm fortunate enough to share the stage, also called screen, for this live stream with Shashika and Praveen. It's a huge pleasure. And talking about Bhilai X, it's a great hackathon. I've been getting involved with the hackathon for a while. And to answer your, the previous question about the beginners, so it was like even I was a beginner one day. Every one of us are. And when we start, we usually think that what we should do to like set ourselves apart from others, or uh, learn something new every day, or get some exposure, so that which can help us in any way possible. And this was a kind of a mindset which I brought to the table as well when I was starting. And I was a kind of a person who was very enthusiastic and who was very curious to know each and everything happening around me, or anything which is happening online. And that was the thing which forced me, or maybe convinced me, to do something new, to do something which nobody else is doing. And that is when I started as well. I started exploring things in my very first year. I started going to events. I started networking with people. I started understanding what are the different tech stacks and opportunities in my particular branch of study. And that was when I got to introduce with various opportunities. And for me, it was always like, opportunities are not just big, but they are also small. They also comes in just pieces. So no matter how small or big the opportunities are, you just need to grab it, because the outcome of that opportunity can be big, even if the opportunity is small. So that was a kind of a mindset I was going ahead with every time, and that helped me reach so far as well at the same time. Talking about hackathons, I love everything about hackathons, right from starting, like meeting new people, talking to mentors, interacting with speakers, and understanding the judges' mindset, building cool projects, collaborating in a team, earning free food, free swags, of course, and learning new stuff, various technologies, workshops which happens, and many other things all together. It's just entire process, it's just an experience for me. Whenever someone asks that, uh, do you like winning hackathons, for me winning a hackathon is not winning all those cash prizes and awards. For me, winning a hackathon is like check marking all those points which I mentioned right before what I'm saying right now. So
I believe you
for me, love
also
of hackathon
made
is
a,
immense.
I believe you also made a checklist of hackathons for the beginners video, right?
Yes, definitely. I just because many beginners do have this question, that where to find a good hackathon. So I just did a live stream on which there were various platforms which I discussed, MLH of course being on top, and then discuss what are the things they can look for in finding their very first hackathon or a good hackathon. So yeah, that's for sure. Thanks, Praveen, for bringing that up.
Yeah, we are
And
very sorry that we will not be able to give Praveen's favorite item, that is foods, about hackathon. We really wish we could virtually transfer food and drinks, but hope to see that technology soon with us. With Elon Musk alive, anything can happen. So I I just want to ask you, each one of you, that since hackathon is like a 24 or 48 or 36-hour hackathon, and you can build really really amazing stuff in a short span, which is very difficult if you sit alone and then try to start a project on scratch alone. So, what was you all's first? Not first. What was your favorite project that just happened to be the best one? And hackathons are about spontaneous projects and spontaneous ideas and great things in 48 hours and 24 hours. So, I want to know, like,
Clarity.
please tell us what your favorite projects in a hackathon are.
Okay, who's going first?
Let's go with
Okay.
ladies. Ladies first.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I can go ahead and take that one first. So my favorite project has obviously been so we created a psychological assistance module in one of these hackathons. It was an Ultra Hack Delhi, and that was, I think, my second or probably the first. It's like it was a second hackathon, but I'll count it the first, but it was the first overnight hackathon that I've been to. The other ones were pretty short. So in that project was particularly great for me because I managed to create two Android applications, even though like we did not win that hackathon, but there was so much that I learned from it. And when I was applying for my Google Women Tech Maker scholarship, I had to like tell them about a project that I was really passionate about, And I created an entire document about what I did, how I did, what challenges I faced. And I was really praised for that particular project because not just for the idea, but because of the style in which I executed my Android applications. And I mentioned them, I shared my repositories and everything. So, I mean, that particular project, and even a few other projects that I created. For example, I created another app which was supposed to, so just like stock fluctuates, I created an application where the drink prices would fluctuate in a closed setup in a restaurant. And then you can have like drinks which are sometimes way lower than the market share and sometimes way higher depending on what brand is in in question there. So there are a lot of things that go around there, and I created some of these incredible projects. I created some of those other projects as well, but most of these I will not take credit for the idea for the psychological assistant module. That was completely different. Someone else had that idea. I was in the team. I created the Android application, and I'm in awe of that idea because that was a great idea, I would say. The second one, a drink exchange, that was something which I created, which was my idea, and that was something which, I mean, honestly, I can share that story, but it's not too good. It is that I was with my sister. I was out partying, and we were there in, like, dancing in a club, and they were like, "Oh, this might be a great idea." I mean, we don't want to pay too much for those drinks. I mean, we want to pay a little less if that drink is not, like, if we want to try something new and nobody is buying that drink, we should pay a little less for that. And that is how just that idea popped in, and I created that application. So both of these applications, I would say, are great ideas that just happen to be there. Somebody else had an inspiration, I had some inspiration, but most of them, I would say, while creating these applications in a hackathon setup, the most important part about it is to trust the other person's inspiration, even if you don't are totally on board with it, or don't have like a particular idea to put in place, because somebody has a great experience in that. Somebody has an idea. Like, it was my second hackathon. I didn't knew like even a single bit about what to do next, where to proceed with that. And I am really grateful for the fact that they guided me like throughout the entire thing. But I mean, most of it, I was really grateful for the fact that I just knew how to create an Android application, and they turned into an idea and an inspiration. So, I mean, you don't have to have everything, every piece of bit in place in your first hackathon. You can like ask someone for advice, ask someone else for help, and then start your journey from there. From there on, you'll have your own ideas. You will have every bit in place. You will have like so much inspiration to do something which is much more than one application or probably two. But I mean, I was super proud that I created two separate applications in one night. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is definitely something that I never thought I could have done, because it was like I was scared for my first hackathon, is what I would say.
Yeah, it's
That's
definitely not a
awesome.
cakewalk to create two Android applications in like overnight. So kudos to you, Sashika. Yeah, Praveen, do you want to go ahead, please?
I would like to say two ideas which actually turned up my thoughts. So, number one was my first ever hackathon experience with Angel Hack, and my last hackathon was, I mean, last hackathon during the pandemic as a hacker was in Facebook offices in London, and that was one of the best. So these are the two experiences that I had. I'll just tell about the idea and how, a bit of a story. Do not want to bore people here. So the first idea was like, it was me and my friend Vanilla Sundar, and we both went to London again for the Angel Hack London. It was 5 years ago, 2015, I believe. And we had literally no idea what we need to do. So we both were like laying around, eating, drinking, taking pictures, eating, drinking, eating, and sleeping. So this is what we were doing for the first 40 hours. Last 8 hours, we had the guilt that we have been so much into food, and okay, now it is the time we need to think of something. We got our backs fired, right? Like the last bench student, until the last minute, you won't do anything. Last minute, I got an idea. So it is about bitcoins, blockchain, games. What shall I do? Why don't we make a snake game that takes in bitcoins? Okay, that's bad. Why don't we make a snake game that can be played by every one of you on a big screen? I'm a web developer, so why can't I make a server and people are using their phones to just control their snake on the screen? That was my idea. So it happened like almost all of a sudden. and that was the first ever idea I got. And suddenly we started implementing everything. We had like literally no clue how we should be implementing everything. I had like a crazy old mission, and we used a lamp stack, and then used the small lamp server, like vamp stack. So it's a vamp server, and I tried to put my computer at risk by putting it into a public network, making the IP address public, do the complete, like, just made it out like, what do you call that, Siddharth? Is it, or Sashrika? What do you call, expose the IP address, expose the network completely? So people were all putting their like, we got, unfortunately we did not win the prize because it meant nothing, but it was the most engaging project for everyone. That was my first ever hackathon experience in the UK. The last experience was in Facebook. So we tried doing something related to food saving and other things. So literally, I was munching five different chips packets or something like that. Along with that, I was thinking, okay, I'm eating so much food. There are outside people, they have not even got a food in that. Let's try to do something for them. And I was eating something and drinking something. And then we created an application that might help people to find free food in the whole of London. And there is also a network, like in case if the volunteers are coming on the way, they can actually try to pick up the food and give it to them nearby, like, nearby metro station or something like that. Everything for free. We tried it. They appreciated it. I know that it is not practical, but the idea is good. That's it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, the first idea that you mentioned, where you are like making actually you're making an application in which the entire hackathon community can be engaged all at once, while playing the game, and that reminds me of an incredible idea that I saw. So somebody on in Hackathon, there was a team there, and they created this very wonderful game, like somewhat similar to this idea, where have you seen those caps where there's like bunny ears on the caps, and then you can like pull one down and the ear pops up, and then pull the other side down and the second ear pops up. Now they had this crazy idea that why don't we use this as a left and right, hand control handler for a game. So they created the snake game, and now the left side is when you pull up the left ear, and the right side is when you pull down the right ear. And they were playing this game, and it was the craziest thing ever. So they won, of course, but through this, everyone in the hackathon like paused their own project for a bit, went over there, played the game with them just for the sake of fun, and it was the most engaging thing that I've ever seen in a hackathon. I mean, it was totally incredible.
So these kind of things are like disruptive stuff. Like, for example, people generally use the jargon words and other things, right? Disruptive technology, disruptive stuff. This is what is called as a disruption. So when you are trying to do something, you are not seen as a distraction, but as a disruption. So look at what Shrika said. People were throwing their projects and they are coming and looking at yours. That's exactly what we did. So yeah, technically I'm going to talk to Angel Hack saying like, see, we should have got the disruption award right now.
Yeah, I think their target was not just to disrupt the entire hackathon, because at the end of the hackathon everybody had their own projects, like the last finishing touches were there. But it was more of an engaging way in which they can like stop, like take a pause, take a breather with their own project, working on something which was like tiring them out, and just play a game for a while. I mean, that's it. Hackathons are about fun, and people tend to forget that in front of all the competition that's happening around. And I think that is the brilliant theme that I took from that. So yeah, I mean, I agree with the point, but then again, this was also the other thing that I believe happened.
Yes, and also like adding to both of their point, one thing which was common, which I observed was Shashika made two applications just with respect to the surrounding problem, or there was some thing which she observed. Praveen also did the same. While he was eating, he got to know about this idea that we can work around this, and this is the basic thing. Many people might have asked Praveen, Shashika as well, that how to find a good idea for a hackathon, right? This is like a very common question in every beginner hacker's mind. So whenever we think around this particular question, that how to find a good problem statement or a good idea which we can solve during a hackathon, the only thing which I suggest everyone is that just try to look around your surrounding, because in this world there are many problems, right? From small to big. You just need to be a good observant, have an open mindset, and try to look around your surrounding and see if there are any problems which you personally are facing, or whether your society, or whether your friends or family members. and try to work on that, because at the end of the day you want to create a solution for a problem which impacts a larger group of people and not just, one to two people, right? So that is really an essential point while you're working on your ideation, and that may really help as well. But I would like to ask Praveen what he was about to say, because his words are wisdom.
Adding to Sid's talk, Siddharth, I just wanted to tell you one thing. Getting an idea is the most toughest thing ever, because if you want me to solve the world's problem, I can do, but an idea, like, okay, this is the world's current problem that we are facing. Maybe we can do something like this. Okay, I have an idea. This is what you should do. If we do this way, it is possible. You tell me an idea, I'm 100%, not just me, uh, whoever is watching here or here, wherever it is, so whoever is watching will be definitely able to like implement things. But just getting that idea, getting that spark, that matters a lot. Whatever you are getting in the hackathon, the prize is for your idea, it's not for your implementation. This is something which I learned in the hard way.
Yes, and also like uh, it really becomes important for someone to understand that it must not be, a big problem which you are like trying to solve. Even if there's something which is very small, if you are thinking that, many people won't be able to relate with that, but go ahead with your idea, because that is something which you have come up with. And also believe me, when you start brainstorming with your teammates, you'll start getting different perspectives as well to a single point of discussion, because everyone have different experience, everyone have different surroundings. They might have faced some different problems, or maybe single problem in different situations. So this way you can definitely, as Praveen said, ideation is can be considered as a terrible, situation where. And also one more thing, do not just rely on the hackathon start time. Start working on your ideation beforehand, because it's like you can't code before before the hackathon, but you can think before the hackathon. You can start working even if you're not participating in the hackathon, and if you're planning to participate in future. As soon as you encounter any problem or any idea, just note it down somewhere, so that maybe after 1 month, 2 months, maybe a year, if you're participating, you can work on that problem. If not, you can change the problem. But these are like just ways which can help you, make your ideation process much more easier.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And writing your ideas down is always a good idea. So just imagine if Sashika wouldn't have remembered that they faced the problem and the challenge of getting drinks at a cheaper rate, and then that idea became her favorite hackathon project. So it's really amazing, and it's really how it's the beauty of hackathons. So as you guys told that people also build games, and the pulling ear up down game, that it is very engaging, and it builds a community that is and that is what hackathons are meant for. So my next question is, what do you guys think is an important aspect about hackathons, like in terms of networking? So how amazing network have you built in hackathon, and are you still in touch with people you met in hackathon who are from different states or even country? So that really, so if you want to share, so Praveen, if you want to add to that, because I think you have international network as well in that aspect.
Yeah, I do. Sorry, I actually missed the question. Would you like to repeat, please?
Yeah, of course, of course. I said that what important aspect do you think like networking proves to be in hackathon, and like how we can always stay in touch, and do you have your network who you met at some hackathon and you're still connected with, and like help each other out through the process?
Okay, so one thing which I wanted to say is a couple of job offers that I have got, or like that I worked with, like the part-time ones, I'm telling. The full-time ones, like what do you call this? The companies approached me for the full-time roles, but a lot of part-time roles I get approached to, and a lot of small projects that I have. A lot of people who know me, they might have got some projects from me. Those people, they might have known, like they might, those projects I have got through those people who I met in the hackathons. Not only that, and oh, Eddie has a superb question. What's the question? All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's something which I wanted to say. Again, my mind is gone. So am I blabbering right now? I guess I'm blabbering. I'm doing too many works now. So I'm looking at Eddie's comment. I'm trying to answer your question, and I'm also looking at the chat. I'm sorry, I shouldn't
No,
have
no,
done that.
you're making sense. You are sharing that how you got part-time job opportunities in hackathons.
So the good things about being in a network of hackathons is like, yes, you will try to understand. So if you participate in one hackathon, you are not just participating in one place, but you are going to be a part of another big community. So there will be a lot of people who might share jobs, who might share opportunities, who might share experiences that might help you. That's one thing. Second thing is, what if there is like part-time opportunities, and no, it's all about opportunities and being friends with others. And if you ask me if I'm in touch with the people I met in like long ago, so long ago hackathons, yes, I still have a close bond with them. Then finally I got to know that that lady who I met, she became my manager in my one of my companies, one of my full-time companies. And she kind of tried doing some favor to me as well. See, there are so many good things that might happen if you keep networking and showing what you are worth. So these are a couple of things I would say.
And also, like when Praveen said, you become, when you participate in hackathon, you become the part of community. So by community, what does Praveen mean is like hacker community. Because in every session, what I used to tell people, that if you're participating in a hackathon, it's not just an event of 2 days or maybe particular duration of hours. After the hackathon ends as well, the community exists, right? The community is there for you. So that is the best time for you to connect with like-minded people and just interact with them, share your updates, learn from others, teach others at the same time. And hacker community really helps a lot. For me, it's always, in the MLH community as well, we have Discord servers. Hackathon happens every weekend. On the weekdays, we communicate with each other, just share what we are doing. And that's the best part. There are like many people to support you. Even if you're facing some issues, you can directly throw away in their hands, and they are ready to help you at the same time as well. You do not feel as if you'll be judged. They're ready to support you, back you up at the same time. So that's the power of hacker community. And one cannot miss the experience or the opportunities which comes from hacker community. Bhilai Hacks is also an hacker community. So that's a great point, Praveen. Thanks a lot for adding that.
Absolutely. I agree with Siddharth. I mean, Bhilai Hacks is a great community. You are participating this weekend in a hackathon, but it goes way beyond that. Even after the hackathon, this community continues because you made friends, you talk to folks, you stay in touch, and then let's say you come across something and you're curious to know about, you just remember, oh, hey, had this interesting conversation at Bhilai Hacks with someone I know, and I might reach out to them for some advice before I, apply for this scholarship or apply for another hackathon or another project, or let's say you want to apply for a job. So anything on that front, someone who is there, who's been through all that of that, and who can give you some credible advice for you to move forward. And so you just reach out to them, ask your questions, and hey, I am a little confused on where to go next. Can you help me out? And I can bet on it that they will be ready to help you out, because that is some great connections you built in that hacker community when you were participating in a hackathon. So, and it goes both ways. If someone reaches out to you and say, hey, you participated in something and I would like to know, like get some tips or anything, you'll be ready and willing to do that for them as well. And as Siddharth and Praveen both mentioned, it goes both ways. So it's in a community, you support each other, and it's not just supporting each other, I would say. We have a lot of fun just, by being in that community. So for example, everybody participated in local hack day share. Everyone knows like they had such an incredible time with the community. There was Eddie Hub, there was the Haj Gang, there was so many communities that like flourished under one MLH community. And the best part about it was that even it went way beyond local hack day share. Once it was over, everyone was like chatting with each other. I can see the Discord server brimming sometimes with comments like, hey, I did this thing, can you please support me? And like everyone is there to like help out and support and be there for each other, and participate in other things that someone else is organizing, like anything on those lines. But yeah, they're all there for you, you are there for them, and that is how this works. Apart from that, in a hacker community, I think the best way would be like in terms of networking, I would say that in person hackathons, I've seen, like, I have went to a few hackathons in which there were career fairs where you can, network with folks and actually get a job out of a hackathon by just showing off what you created that weekend. Some companies, for example, Flipkart, I know for a fact, organizes Grid, which is an incredible hackathon, which is like an entire, it's not just 24-hour thing, it's like a whole entire segment program that they run. And Grid is an incredible way for you to get hired by Flipkart if you want to work for them, because they are actively looking at what you create, what you build, and it's a hackathon per se, because you are creating some incredible project and they are not judging you based on your interview skills or data structures or algorithms. They're judging based on your actual code, the developer code that you're writing for an application. So again, all of these are just some interesting things that you find out just when you communicate with others. I never knew Major League Hacking before I started participating in hackathons. I didn't have no idea what Major League Hacking was. I just went there. I got a sticker because I happened to collect like a lot of stickers for my laptop. I just love them. I got a sticker which said MLH. I came back home and I just Googled what MLH means. I have no clue what I got myself into. So when I Googled it, I found out that's a community in US. It's not even there in India. So when I got that sticker, it was not expanded to the APAC region. And I just applied to their coaches program. Just like I happened to apply to it because I'm like, okay, if they one sometime in the future, they decide to expand here, they might want to consider me. But hey, no hopes here. I'm just going to apply regardless of that. So I just did. And you know what? Just a couple of months after I applied, I found out like Joe tweeted this, that they are expanding to the APAC region. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is incredible. And I would have no idea about it if I just not have been there and got myself a sticker of something that like I was not doing something that I absolutely love. So again, do something that you love and everything else kind of falls into place for you, because that is what you were there for.
Did you mention stickers?
I did. Free food and stickers. I mean, it's all about the swag, right?
I can see the excitement on Pravin's face.
Yes, that's really exciting, Shashrika. And I would like to thank you so much, Praveen, Shashrika, and Siddharth, for supporting Bhilai Hacks. And we really appreciate it. And now I would like to ask one question: how you people manage teamwork in a hackathon?
Okay, I would like to start for this. So, whenever you are choosing a team, make sure your team is diverse. Don't go with friends. Even if you go with friends, don't be together, or leave all the togetherness or whatever it is. But make sure your team has one person who is the chief ideator, one person who is a chief leader, someone like Siddharth, one person who is an ardent coder, something like me, and one person who is completely awesome, like Sashrika. So that's exactly what I would say. And don't make sure all the areas or all the edges are like stapled, something like that. So you should not have any kind of a weak point where you might think, oh my god, I don't have a front end developer, oh my god, I don't have a JavaScript developer, oh, this is using APIs, we don't have a knowledge that uses APIs or something like that. You need to make sure that your team is completely skilled in almost all these things. Most of the hackathons will consist of maximum 2 to 4 people, so something like that. So in that case, try to get people. See, if I'm a full stack developer, I know about front end, back end, API stuff and other things. So I will take care of all those things. Since I'm also a front end developer, I know to do a bit of design as well. So anyone who is good with APIs management, trying to get that, take another person. Maybe we might, if we both are there, we need one person to manage us and have some creative ideas. Take someone who is completely nothing related to code. So that person shouldn't be they shouldn't have also coded in their life, but they should be in a place where they can give critics. Oh wow, you have done this, maybe we can do it in a different way or something like that. Those kind of things will be really helpful. Try to have a secret audience with you. So in case if you are working on a product for a hackathon, immediately ask that whole group, look at this is what I did. Start shouting, start screaming, talk bad words about us. What is the bad thing that you can think about this app? What are all the bad things that you can see in this, or what all the failure possibilities, so that try to focus on that and try to fix them so that you can come to the first. Bam.
With Praveen, because creating a diverse team is not necessary. Like, it's not only necessary to win a hackathon, but it's also necessary for you to like be exposed to technologies that you never heard of. Let's say you like never worked in let's say Angular. Like Eddie mentioned, you never worked in Angular, so like you have no clue how it works. But you are a great Android developer, and you're working on those apps, and you like let's say we worked with React or you worked with something else, but you have no clue about the other technologies. You have someone in your team who knows about it, who can guide you through it. If you're stuck, let's say in an error, it's very like it's a buggy code, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go next, and Stack Overflow isn't helping either. I mean, that person, someone in your team would definitely do that because they have experience with that sort of thing. They have that diverse skill set which they bring to your team, and they can help you navigate through that within like minutes or probably, let's like minutes or seconds, whatever that bug may be. But that would have been easy for you because now you know a problem, you know how to fix it, and then you will move on to the next thing. You would learn something new from them. I remember that even though I had experience in other applications, in my first hackathon, I knew a lot more about. I knew something about backend or probably front end development on web, which otherwise I didn't know that I like. I don't think I would have that experience for, and that actually helped in my internship as well. In Flipkart, I was supposed to work in React, no clue whatever, because I was like working with Android applications throughout. I had no clue how to work with React, but I understood one basic thing, that the fundamentals of all of these languages and frameworks, they remain the same. And if you apply those skills that you've used to develop one particular framework or language, you can apply that to the other one and it works the same. The syntax changes, the way that you achieve that changes, but the fundamentals remain the same. And that is how I think a diverse experience help you manage that and actually make that connection between the two frameworks while moving forward.
Yeah, I
I would
agree. So, yeah, Siddharth, you can add upon that. Please go ahead.
No, I was just
Yes.
thinking, should
Oh,
we should we
Yes, go on.
kidnap Eddie into the stream, because he's been doing the audience commenting and he's awesome as well. It's just that I always try to pull him in on whatever I do. So just your wish, the core team's wish.
yeah, the team is listening. The control is in their hands, so whatever they feel is right. And what Sashika said, until then, I want to add upon that it's really not just about programming stuff and coding stuff. You get to learn a lot about yourself in a hackathon. That, oh, am I good at managing time? Am I good at managing people? Am I good at managing a presentation? So it's really great to explore what others have and what you have to offer yourself. So, Siddharth, what do you think? Do you have anything else to add upon that? Please go ahead.
Definitely, like most of the points are like awesome, which Praveen and Shashika shared, because diverse team definitely, learning from others definitely, because whenever I started, participating in the hackathons, earlier I was like, I would only go with my friends, because that was a kind of a mindset a beginner might have, that they might fear in just interacting with others or learning from others at the same time. But lately I realized this thing, because as Shashika said, before like around 2 years, there was not many hackathons happening. There were like few hackathons which were happening, and the exposure was also not that much, and we needed to like search on the internet that are there any hackathons happening. But today, like, there are hundreds of hackathons happening every weekend. You can find like tons of hackathons, so the opportunity has taken a huge graph when pandemic came over. And but also one more thing, talking about team, one point is definitely the diverse thing. But also, not just coders. It's like hackathons are inclusive for all. If even if you're not a coder or you do not have any programming or computer science background, you can definitely participate in hackathons, because hackathons need to be, have what the projects related to, some coding technologies or something like that. You can come up with, various business ideas, and maybe some another way of entrepreneurship. There are various types of hackathons. If the hackathon is solely focusing on software, then the case is different. But for all of those who are wondering that if they are non-coders, will they be able to participate in hackathons? Yes, you definitely can. And even if the hackathon is open innovation, and you are thinking that there are coders in the hackathon and you do not know anything about coding, even then you can participate. Because what happens is, to be very honest, I in my very first hackathon wasn't knowing anything about coding. One of my friend was knowing. I just teamed up with him so that I can learn something new, right? Because I wanted to have that experience. I wanted to have that opportunity where I can, give myself some extra exposure, or maybe, push my limits. So that was the plan, and I did the same way as well. And in the entire process, I learned many things. I wasn't understanding at the very first go, but I was getting aware about different things happening around me, and what are the different, ways I can put forward or come up with some solution to a problem. And that really helps a lot. And you won't believe, for a project which we take around 1 week, 2 week time, we end up doing that in just 24 hours. And that's the best part of the hackathon. And in a team as well, you should have someone who is just good at thinking or suggesting or speaking. That really helps a lot. Adding a perspective of a user mindset, industry mindset, or maybe, your audience mindset really helps you a lot. Someone who can add key values to your project, someone who can add more impacts to your projects just by curating it in such a way that, so that, you can maybe implement some functionalities or something else. So it all depends on how you communicate with your team. That really matters, because even if you're facing some problems, be open and communicate with your team members. If you're not knowing something, let them know, so that they can let you know that this is how these things works. And this really helps a lot. Maybe someone who is good at pitching, public speaking, who can pitch about your idea while judges are there, that really helps a lot. And because at the end of the day, judges are gonna decide who is the winner, right? So there must be someone who can just, like, what should I say, like, turn around the tables for you. And that
Yeah.
will be like awesome. I remember one of my friends were having a team full of, coders, and they had a tough time in the judging. They were called upon on the stage, and they were like shivering, and their project was best, but just due to, lack of speaking capabilities, or maybe, just putting your thought ahead in words. That was the problem.
So
But
again,
yes.
presentation skills make a huge difference in hackathons, because you are being
Yep.
judged by someone who doesn't even know who you are. And one more thing is, I have been a judge. I believe Siddharth has also been a judge. So Shashrika too. So the thing is,
Yeah.
you get the small 2-minute window where you have to impress the judges. It is the express to impress. Those kind of stories are just leave those things. You have got 2 minutes. Do whatever. Impress the judges. Get the first prize. So for that, definitely we need someone who has this right skills, who can really talk to people and get the best.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can go ahead if you have a different
My
question.
next question was exactly relating to that. So, how do you guys think that presentation skills that we embrace or discover about ourselves in hackathons prove to be a very important aspect when we give interviews or when we sit for job opportunities? So, as we know, Sashrika is going to work in Microsoft as a software developer. So, how do you think your hackathon experience and the presentation skills you built over there helped you directly or indirectly in fetching your position?
Absolutely, yeah, and it actually helps a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, presentation skills are very important, as Praveen and Siddharth mentioned, and not just because of the hackathon or just to present your ideas, but it goes beyond that. It Presentation skills or pitching skills are important in any aspect of your life. Your interviews, whenever you're talking to someone, let's say you're networking, if you can't just put your ideas and thoughts forward and ask like a concise question, what you want to know, you will never be able to have those answers, like the complete picture that you always wanted to do in order to move forward. So I'll share something with you about my hackathon, the one that like we were participating in a team in this hackathon. We won, but I'll tell you how we did that. So we were supposed to create a chatbot. It was not a 24-hour hackathon, it was a day hackathon. We created that chatbot, and there was, so in that chatbot the bot was working fine, but we didn't have that much time to create a good front end or a good look for the hackathon. So what we did instead was we took out a gif, and then we used that as a background. So we just created that picture. So it was just a robot that was waving, and like let's say 30 seconds it waved, and then 30 seconds after that it waved. And in between the pitch, when we were like presenting that, and that robot caught the attention of the judges, and they were saying, "Hey, your robot is waving." I said, "Yeah, absolutely. You wave the robot, and it waves back. That is how it works." And that was not how it worked. It was just a time thing. So in that pitch, I was saying that it was, of course, you knew that I was just kidding, but that created a great joke for all of us to laugh, in front of the presentation. The judges laughed, we laughed, because we timed our pitch, and then when they waved that, the robot waved back. And this entire segment like ran for 2 to 3 minutes, where one of the judges waved and the robot waved back, because I was like talking in between. The robot was not waving, and that's what happened. So it was great, because of course, at the end we told them that that's not how it works. It's just a GIF that is being timed properly. But that pitch was on spot, and it gave us a lot of confidence that, hey, you can spin something off if you truly believe in that idea. We truly believed in the idea behind the bot, and we wanted to shift the focus there. But that small funny segment is, I think, which lightened up the mood a little bit, because it was all mental health focused, and it was a serious topic of discussion there, and it was sensitive. But this actually shifted that and gave the judges, the contendants, everyone a good time to just cherish that. And this helped in our interviews as well, because in interviews you're talking to an interviewer, you're talking to a recruiter. They are there to ask you questions. They are there to know more about you. They want you to succeed, don't get me wrong, but they also want to know more about you. And if they're going to ask you a question that's going to throw you off your game, it'll not take you too far, because then you have to like spin up something, or like think of something which actually describes the situation best. So let's say your interviewer asks a question in which you have no clue about. You can say, it's all right to say, hey, I don't know much about this, but I'm going to try, because that is what's going to make the difference at the end of your interviews, because it shows that you have that learning potential, and you have that presence of mind to walk through something, talk about something that talk about, and learn something that you don't. So all of these things are great presentation skills that you learn through those hackathons, and then apply to those interviews, or even after you clear your interviews in your job, while talking to your manager and pitching a project. Let's say you have a feature that you absolutely think that would benefit your project. That feature, you have to pitch that feature in front of your product manager. They'll not just like put that in just because you believe in that. And that pitching is an important element that you can learn from hackathons, and would definitely help you in your jobs.
Yeah, great tips, seriously. So Siddharth and Praveen, I want to ask you that what do you think about these things upon landing? Like, how important is these stuff? And as Sashika told, she is a living example of how hackathon helped her indirectly and directly in landing such an amazing position. So what do you guys think?
Praveen, should I go first?
Yeah, go first.
All right. So, talking about hackathons and how it helped me, made it, I would just say that it made my life, because I never thought, when I attended my very first hackathon way back in February 2019, I was just attending it for the sake of getting the experience. I wasn't knowing what the future holds for me. I wasn't knowing what am I gonna do after attending my very first hackathon, and how everything is, going to be like changed. But when I attended, the experience, the culture which I got from the hackathon, everything else, that that was like altogether something different. After that, I never looked back. I started doing research on hackathons, to be very honest, just search for the word hackathons. Every link which came up on the Google, I just opened that, started reading more about how hackathons are. I started understanding different perspectives of people. I started meeting people, interacted with them, understood more about what it's all about. And many people thinks that hackathon is just an event where you go and submit your projects and win some prizes, but it's more out of it. You really need to get into depth, but it all comes out of the experiences, the time which you spend with the community, and that really helps you a lot. I'm sorry if there are any background noises, because there's some construction going on, but I hope you all will avoid that. And also, then I started participating in the hackathons which were like near to my city, in my city, or maybe basically in India. And I started attending. I wasn't having the focus of just winning the hackathon, but to go and be there at least at the venue, so that I can gain all of those points which I mentioned earlier, right? So that was the plan. After attending like around 10 12 hackathons, I did won few of them, like around 3 to 4 hackathons. Few of them were like top 5 and top 10, and there were many like in which I just participated, but that never affected me. But as soon as I started achieving things, I started there was a difference. There were people approaching me right away. They were asking me if I can do something. There were many freelancing opportunities with respect to project making and many other stuffs as well. There were communities approaching me at the same time as well. So 2020 was the time when I thought of giving back to the community. And because I had enough learning at the same point, because I always believed on, the give and take relation. So that was the time when I realized that now I should give back to the community with all the experience I had so far, with all the learnings which I've gained so far. And I started mentoring, which Hack Now was first hackathon where I mentored, which happened in 2020 April. And after then, I realized that mentoring, I am learning a lot after mentoring people, because you get to see so many perspectives of people. There are like unlimited projects which people can come up with. There are multiple problems which I never personally imagined, and such curious minds. When you talk to such people, you become better version of yourself at the same time. And then I started speaking at hackathons and various other. The first two internships which I got, like the first internship at Progate, I got from communities. I can also say that hackathons were, an important part of that as well. The second internship, which where I am right now as a community development intern at Savo, that also comes out from the community as well at the same time. Because whenever you will search for a job opportunity or internship opportunity, you will go and check out the JD for sure, right? The job description. Just see the skills which are required. Just see the experience which are required for that role. And I realized that all of these things I've been doing while I was participating in the hackathons, while I was being active in the community, while I was hosting and managing different stuffs. And I thought that the things which are like really needed in few companies, I've already done like few out of them. I really just need to brush up my skills and get back on the track to move ahead at the same moment of time. Sometimes it's not necessary for you to just think that some companies are big enough and you won't be able to crack, or maybe just get into those like interview rounds or something. But you all really need to understand the basic terminologies or the basic concepts. And many a times you just need to focus on your basic personality and what your mindset is all about, what are the way you look around yourself, or maybe your personality, or maybe your skill sets or experiences. And then you can just start working on like everything. Because as I said earlier, no one was perfect at the very end. Everyone was a beginner. They all started somewhere, and they all are right now currently at some moment of time. It's all that how fast you evaluate yourself, how fast you evolve with time. Are you ready to learn up new skills quickly? Are you ready to collaborate with others? Are you ready to grab those opportunities? And that is what all matters. And still I do have 1 year left for my graduation, and I'm looking forward to grab all those opportunities which comes my way, so that I can build my career in something, or maybe I can land somewhere where I can do what I love. And that is the entire motive. Because if I do what I love, I'll never get that pressure, I'll never get bored out of it. And yeah, life is long. You'll come up with more opportunities, so just grab them anytime you see.
Here I would like to add one question to Siddharth. What are the various opportunity that you get from the hackathon?
Various, I would like, first of all, as I said, I got invites to various events so that I could interact with more and more people, just like the way I'm speaking at this event. There were many companies who were approaching me for just conducting a hackathons maybe. And then there comes like, you can collaborate with team members to make projects. You can like host events, you can manage community. There were internship opportunities. People are ready to like support you even after you graduate from your college. It's still like 1 year for me, but they say that that let us know whenever you graduate, we'll be happy to have you in our team. And such, there are many opportunities. Because we are talking about job opportunities, these are the ways. And as Shashrika mentioned, there are sponsored representatives at the hackathon as well. That is the best thing which you can do, like interact with them, know more about the company sponsoring the hackathons. Talk with the people, that is your company like hiring someone? Would you mind if like you can check my resume or CV. You can just like help me get in touch with some HR or something, and that really helps a lot because you are able to converse with them, and sponsors are there to support you. At the same time, you can leverage their product, you can use their APIs or something, and just show how skilled you are or what are the possibilities you can work around, and tell your experiences, what you have been doing in the past. And these are like ways you can create your opportunities at the same time. Just not wait for the opportunities to join you. You can create as well at the same time. So that helped me a lot. And every day I get opportunities. It's not that I need to wait for opportunities, right? So that helped me as well in my upskilling as well at the same time. Of course there are many others, but these were like the top ones.
That's great to hear, and all the best, Siddharth, for future endeavors. Like you still have 1 year left, and you can make the most out of it with all these things happening and the opportunities
That's
that
the
you're
plan.
getting. Amazing. So we have a few questions in our comments, like chat box as well. Let's address a few of them, and it's I'm really enjoying this session a lot. Like getting to know so many perspectives and so many stories about different hackathons, and you all are just amazing. And also, as Siddharth said that 2 years ago or a couple years ago, there weren't many hackathons happening, but thanks to communities like MLH and Devfolio and platforms like these are really leveraging and spreading awareness to students. And as early as they know about these things, it's really a lifelong learning then. So there's no stopping after once you discover this beautiful thing called hackathon. So what do you guys say? Let's address some questions that we have in chat. So let me see.
And meanwhile, I'll just tell. I guess Samprati is on mute.
Yeah, my bad, sorry.
No problem.
So
I was just saying, for all of those people who are watching, if you have learned something out of this session, don't forget to, just share on social media and add your top three takeaways because that is necessary. I'm not just telling for creating the social media reach, but what happens is that many people ask that how to start contributing to the community. This is just one of the way. You can start sharing because I can see 20, 30 people watching. What about others? If you're sharing on social media, you can add top three takeaways so that people can, your followers or your network people can, know more about everything else. They can learn something new, even if they haven't joined. So this is how you can add value and contribute to the community in a very small way, but definitely do it.
yeah, I agree. And picking up top three things is like documenting what you just heard and what the content that you just
Yeah.
absorbed. It's really a good way to keep it and like have it in your mind for a long time. So yeah, I agree, Siddharth. Great tip.
It also helps
So
you in your work time as well, because most of the times when you're trying to go to a meeting or something like that, you need to do this minutes of meeting and stuff like that. So top three takeaways is one of the best ways of doing that. And also having your voice heard, like Siddharth says, it's an optional thing. I would say it's a recommended thing. So go ahead, shout out, give a shout out in about your stuff, like what you learned. You don't need to say
Yeah.
about us, but tell about
Hmm.
what you learned, share your experiences, so that people will see, okay, so some person is trying to help the community and stuff like that. So that will give you a respect. Along with that, think about this way: what if in your if you are a huge fan of company A, and there are multiple company A people who are watching your posts on LinkedIn, why don't they come and approach you? Hey, I guess you might be a good role, I mean, like, you might be a good suitable person for working in company A. Would you like it? But you are actually a huge fan of company A, and get your voice heard. That's something which I wanted to say.
yes, I second that a lot, and I think we have covered a lot of questions already. I was just checking the comment section as well. So, do you guys have any last minutes or any tips that you want to share with our participants for their probably first virtual hackathon? And yeah, please go ahead, Praveen.
So one thing which I wanted to say is, so the reason why I'm here in this situation in front of you all, or whatever I got, I would dedicate completely till 2 years ago to Stack Overflow, and for the rest of like last past 2 years, I would dedicate to all the community members who have been asking me questions, who have been interacting with me. So I'm selfish. I got a lot and lot of information from you all. Even if you ask me a question, I learn something new. So this way I am developing myself. Think that way. Be selfish. Try to be selfish in the way that you go and teach others. That way you are getting new ideas. Like for example, I'm not speaking the same way. I won't be speaking the same way like how I'm speaking now, like 5 years ago or 6 years ago. The way I speak changed a lot. Maybe before 6 years, no company will even consider me for even talking or anything. Now I'm in this situation where I'm talking to you all. So every single thing, whatever you do for others, it's gonna come triple times to you, or maybe 5 times to you, or maybe at least one time to you. Karma is real. So keep helping others, and that will actually come back to you. That's exactly what I wanted to say.
Yeah, amazing. Any last words, Sashrika, before we wrap up?
Sure. So I think I would say that, as I always say, there are opportunities out there for everyone. You just have to find the one that suits you the best, because not every opportunity would be the perfect fit for you, but there's something out there that is definitely meant for you. So you just have to like apply to all of those programs, apply to everything that you see, even if you're not like completely fulfilling that criteria, and just apply to it, and like don't reject yourself before someone else has had the chance to reject you, I will say. So just go ahead and apply, go ahead and try out something new. So if you're going to take two takeaways from this entire section, here's what you should take away. First, network to know more about these opportunities so that you can find your best fit. And second, learn something new, even if like it's like a very small bit of your entire 48-hour journey in this hackathon. But learn something new that you've not tried ever before. And I promise you will stick with you for a long, long way. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, if you have like anything that you know it's stuck on your mind, you can reach out to any of us. Siddharth is there, Praveen is there, I'm there. You can reach out to any of us. There are a lot of mentors and Bhilai hacks as well and judges. You can reach out to them and ask your questions. But whatever you do, you'll never know if you just don't ask. So go ahead, ask your questions, and reach out for like anything that you want. And I always say there's no questions, just a stupid question. So just go ahead and ask anyway. I mean, I'm sure nobody would ever judge you for that. Everybody was a beginner, as Siddharth said, and it's a great opportunity for you to network and learn something new at the same time.
Amazing. Right.
Absolutely. And I was about to say all the points which Praveen and Shashika just mentioned. So I'm like right now speechless. But I would just say, as I said in the chat as well, that don't just participate, experience the hackathon. That is foremost the one point. And when I mean experience the hackathon, checklisting all of those points, interacting with others, attending workshops, taking feedbacks from mentors, just understanding the judges, earning free fags, of course, building projects, and collaborating in a team, and many others as well at the same time. And you do not need to feel as if you are a new person to this and you won't be able to do wonders. My friend, you will definitely do wonders. You just need to give yourself that opportunity, right? If you're thinking you can't do something, you should definitely do that at that very moment of time, and you will see the things changing around. As Praveen said, 5 years back he was someone who won't be able to speak in public, but he's like awesome. He's every day doing live stream, speaking in front of people. And definitely you will see the change after and before the hackathon. You will definitely be a person altogether different. You'll see you have evolved in something or the else. So just give yourself that opportunity, give yourself the chance. Don't feel as if you are nothing. You are everything. So do not feel in that way. And yes, take the most out of every opportunity is coming your way. Don't feel as if this is not worth checking it, because unless and until you won't check and experience the thing, you won't realize the outcome of it, right? You need to attend it. If you give exam, only then you get the results, right? You do not get the results like free out of nowhere. So just keep everything simple. Do not overestimate things and don't make it complex. And yes, happy hacking, everyone.
Yeah,
That's
so I did not want to disturb what Siddharth was saying. That's why I was like just making faces. That's it. So yeah, one thing is like even if you do a small, simple hello world application, shout out to the world like you have built your own Facebook. So it's okay. It's fine. uh, there could be like 10 people who are going to shout at you for what the hell is this? You just did something small and you are putting like அதாவது 10 ரூபாய்க்கு நடிக்க சொன்னா 100 ரூபாய்க்கு நடிக்கிற மாதிரி பண்ணிருக்க something like that. Okay, so whoever understood, that's great. Whoever did not understood, ask someone who understood it. Okay, so yeah, so it's always fine to give a shout out for yourself. 10 people will shout at you, that's fine, it's okay. You shouted, 10 people shouted at you, but 80 people or 90 people will support you. That is the motivation that you need. And yeah, once upon a time, I have no idea how to even switch on the computer or talk in English or talk. That was like 20 years ago, but still, now I'm good. So everywhere there is a start. So let this be your start. Better late than never. So go ahead, give your full kickstart today, and stay safe.
thank
Yes,
you.
and we all are still learning, right?
Yeah, exactly. Learning never
Lifelong
stops.
learners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as Job says, stay hungry, stay foolish. Always. So that was an amazing collaboration, and I absolutely enjoyed every bit of it. I hope the participants got to learn a lot and a lot of insights and a lot of tips about how to ace and hackathon, or just how to get the best experience out of a hackathon. So I really thank each one of you for taking out time and joining us today here. I hope you all stay safe, and we really hope to collaborate with you soon. So, very heartily thanks from the Bhilai Hacks team. Uh, loved the session. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us today.
And I also would like to thank to each one of you. Even I enjoyed a lot in the session.
Thank you so much, Aditi and Sampriti. I mean, it's great that you organize such incredible sessions and hackathons for everyone who wants to learn or try something new. It's folks like you out there who actually help connect, the community together and bring them up together for an interesting event. And kudos to you. Best of luck for your event, and I'm sure you'll see some amazing projects by the end of this hackathon. Thank you so much for inviting us.
And please connect with all of us. So spam us with your requests. So I already put mine and Siddharth's on the chat. Shashika, feel free to put yours. Get a lot
I
of
added
spam.
mine
It's not
too.
spam, by the way. It's connections.
Yeah, I added mine too. In case you have any questions or if there's something that I can help you out with, please free to reach out. Like I try to help as much as I can. So if there's anything that you need, please reach out.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And yes, thanks once again to the entire Bhilai X team. I can see huge, engagement happening in the Discord as well. Keep them coming, that's the plan, interact as much as you can. And happy hacking, everyone. Hope to collaborate soon, as you said, maybe in Bhilai X 2.0, maybe in person. So, yep. Thanks a lot for the invitation.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot. Lovely having you all. Bye bye.
Bye.